Greetings, YouTube. We have an election coming up in November here in the US, which means that we are being inundated by political ads. In the newspaper, on the TV, on the radio, they're everywhere. You can't escape them. And since I do watch the local news, I get stuck watching the commercials as well. And a number of them I found rather interesting. One politician, in fact, used a bit of data scare tactics that I found interesting. She said that the federal government spends $400 million an hour, every day. So it got me thinking, well, $400 million, that's the big number. That scares people. $400 million is 400 times what your average person is going to make in their entire life. All right, your average person makes about $1 million in their entire career. So that's a big, scary number. But I thought, okay, how many people are there in America? So I did a little Google check, and in fact, apparently, according to a 2009 bit of research, because the census data has not been released yet, there are 307 million Americans. I actually thought it was 330, so 307 is a little lower than I thought it was. So that works out to the federal government spending $31.27 per day per citizen. And you know something? That doesn't sound like a bad deal to me. Now, I'd be a lot happier if it was lower, say $24 a day. That'd be nice. 1 hour, $1 per person. That'd be nice. But it's not. It's currently at 31.27. Now, also these conservative ads I've heard, they're talking about cost cutting. And one of the politicians is like, repeal the healthcare reform. Well, you know, if you repeal the healthcare reform, and he made sure to call it Obama's healthcare reform, as though Obama fell from the sky and is not our elected president, you're an enemy of the middle class. And you aren't serious about saving money at all. So you're discounted. But whenever politicians, particularly conservative politicians, talk about cost-cutting measures, they usually mean one of three groups. The poor, in general, children of the poor, and education. Now, the reason they target these groups is because that the people that the conservatives are attempting to appeal to don't belong to these groups. And the people they're trying to appeal to are the people in the top 2% of the economic bracket in America. The really rich people. The rich white people. So none of those people will ever need to worry about any programs that benefit the poor, the children of the poor, or public education, because they're never going to have to worry about having money. They never have, and they never will. Their children will never have to worry about health care or food or any kind of things like that, and their children will go to private schools. So these are programs that can be cut to the bone, will not affect the people that the conservatives are appealing to, and will save money over time. Of course, it will also throw thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of children and families into destitution. But the conservatives don't care about that. In fact, I've heard a number of conservatives in the last year tell me, both to my face and online, that they'd be just as happy if all the poor people would just starve to death and